Today we're gonna make one of my favorite summer salads. It's a really simple potato green bean salad. Here are all the ingredients. Let's get into it right now. So I always like to go over the ingredients for you. This is a simple one. It's another potato salad. We've done New York deli potato salad. We've done German potato salad. This is an Italian style potato green bean salad. It's more of, I think it's more of an Italian American recipe, but this is a delicious one, and it's great if you have a garden, you know, you're pulling out your cherry tomatoes, if you're growing green beans, which is why this recipe is probably so popular here. It was probably popular with immigrants just throwing some stuff together with a nice vinaigrette. So I have 3 pounds of these red potatoes. These are perfect for potato salads in general. They're a waxy potato, and just buy a waxy potato. They hold up much better to being mixed in a salad. Like, they won't fall apart like an Idaho or a russet or any other type of dry powdery potato would. You can use Yukon Gold, but they're kind of in the middle. They're good too, but I really like these little red, or these, I think these are mini Yukon Golds. We have 1 cup of sliced red onion, maybe less than a medium onion, but I just want a cup's worth of this sliced very thin. We're gonna use 3/4 pound of green beans. It looks like I have a little bit more here, which is totally fine. You can use more or less of the green beans, of the potatoes, of the tomatoes. Just use what you like the most, but I'm gonna go with 3/4. I'll show you how to clean green beans, how to snip the edges, how to go through them. I'll show you how to slice potatoes, how to cut potatoes. Tomatoes, I have 12 ounces here, which is a standard dry pint in the United States. But just use 12 ounces of tomatoes. If you're in Europe, that's what we're using. So that's basically it. Like, we're gonna cook these together. You'll see it's very simple. And the vinaigrette is very simple. I just had to go get my olive oil. So we have a 1/2 cup of red wine vinegar. I have a 1/2 cup of extra virgin olive oil. I have 1.5 teaspoons of Dijon mustard. That's just to keep it emulsified so the vinaigrette will stay together. And I have 1 tablespoon of honey. Because we have so much vinegar here, it's nice to balance it out with a little sweetness. You could also use a little bit of sugar if you like, or if you're really opposed to any sugar or sweetness, just go straight with the oil and vinegar mixture. That'll be great too. You really can make these vinaigrettes how you like. And then at the end, we'll actually put the parsley in the vinaigrette, but then this basil, put a lot of it on. This is all from my garden, so I'm growing this type of basil this year and emerald basil over here. You can tell they look a little different, but they both taste great. Let's prep those green beans and start boiling the potatoes. Okay, I forgot to tell you, just the tomatoes, I would have them. I have cherry tomatoes and I have grape tomatoes. So that's a cherry tomato. That's a grape tomato. You know, it's fairly obvious when you look at them, the difference. Do they taste different? I don't think so. So I'm cutting them in half here because it's gonna make it easy to cut to eat the salad and for some of the dressing to get into those tomatoes at the end, but we're not gonna put the tomatoes in until right at the end so they don't get mushy. So like green beans often are sold, like I will grow a lot of these green beans. Like we used to do a lot more. I would do the pole beans. You get the end right here like this, okay? And then you can just snap off the end, or you can take a knife and do it to each one, but you just want to remove that little stem side here. All right, so we'll do it for all of them and just put these off to the side. Go through, if you have any bad ones, pull it out. You know, these are almost always sold in the store, like in just a bunch where you just grab what you want. You know, I try not to buy the ones that come like wrapped in plastic and stuff because I can't see if they're good or not. Longer ones you can cut in half to like a 3-inch size, okay, 2 or 3-inch size like this. You can also just leave them long. They tend to look nicer when they're long, but yeah, just do whatever you want here. Like, honestly, a lot of times I'll just leave them long. It's up to you. And here are the potatoes. So these potatoes are great because all you have to do with these smaller ones is cut them in half. This is the perfect size for this Italian style potato salad. If you have larger Yukons you use, like big Yukons, cut them into roughly 1.5-inch cubes. That will be a good size. These are a little big to use without cutting them in half. They actually have even smaller ones that you don't even need to cut them. And those would be good too.
You could also use fingerling potatoes.
Yes, fingerlings are beautiful.
Yeah.
I have a pot of water, it's cold water, and the potatoes, just put them all in here like that. Turn it on. We're gonna bring this to a boil this way, and we can knock it back to like medium high once it starts boiling. I gotta put salt in here too. Like 2 tablespoons of salt, all right? And I'll do like 1.5 because I have regular salt here. If you have kosher, you could do a little bit more. But that's good. We want the potatoes to get some salt in them now. We'll also season it after with our vinaigrette that we're going to make. After they've been boiling for a few minutes, just, you know, you can start testing them, and then we'll add the green beans in here so we can like kind of kill two birds with one stone. You can also just do two separate pots, or you can cook your potatoes first and add your green beans in. It doesn't really matter. Green beans are only gonna take about 3 minutes to turn bright green in the hot water. The potatoes will take longer. We wanna cook them until they are fork tender. While this is boiling over here, I'll make the dressing over here right before I fall off the edge of the table here, okay? I have half a cup of red wine vinegar. This is 1.5 teaspoons of Dijon mustard, 1 tablespoon of honey, Sicilian extra virgin olive oil. All right, that's about 1/2 cup. And then parsley. And we'll just whisk this up. This needs a little bit of salt. I'm not gonna put too much in. We can always season after. And then, you know, you can use pepper if you like. You can use black pepper. You can use hot red pepper flakes. I'll just put a touch of those in there. I'll do a little black pepper for good measure. Just because it's vinegary here, remember, you're not drinking vinegar. That's like, you're not drinking the vinaigrette. The vinaigrette is for 3 pounds of naked potatoes, essentially. So that vinegar, that super vinegary thing here becomes less vinegary when it's on the potatoes. So I actually think the flavor is really good now. Okay, so the potatoes are getting a tiny bit closer there. So look, go like this. See like how I can't really, I mean, I can force it through, but. So that means probably about another 3 to 5 minutes, those potatoes will be done. So what we can do is we can put in our green beans now. Green beans are gonna float up to the top, and we just want them to turn very bright green. About 2-3 minutes on them. So personal preference here. How do you like your green beans? Tara, do you like them like a little crunch? Do you like them really soft?
I like them pretty crunchy.
Pretty crunchy? All right, so let's check one out then. Very crunchy. And just grab yourself one of these. If you don't have one of these, go buy like 5 of them because they come in handy so much for pasta, for fishing out green beans, for fishing out anything. Take our green beans out, just stick them on a plate, a bowl, whatever you have. And the green beans are easy because they'll just be at the top of your pot. Gonna turn this off and let's drain these potatoes. Green beans are right here and they're looking bright. We're gonna just keep these hot. We don't wanna run them underwater or anything. So just strain them in a colander. Wanna get all the water out of it. Give this a whisk again, and honestly, I should probably put a little bit more Dijon in here, or I should take my immersion blender to do this properly. Got our dried potatoes. Just be careful here. They're gonna have a tendency to wanna splash everything. All right, and like the potatoes, you can see they're a little roughed up. There's a lot of dressing here. We did more than a cup of the vinaigrette, but that's fine. We want the potatoes to absorb all of this delicious vinaigrette. So if you watch the other 2 potato salads that we've done, you know that they go in the fridge overnight. Is this gonna be better if you put it in the fridge overnight? The answer is absolutely, but this is a quick one. This is one that, like, you know, you're outside, you know, you're picking stuff from your garden, you want something quick. So what I like to do here is before we do anything with the green beans, that's why I have them right here off to the side, just let this absorb for at least 5-10 minutes. All right, just do yourself a favor. So just like every minute or 2, just come back over and then just mix again so it absorbs. Even honestly using like a flat baking dish like we used in the other potato salads would be better here. And just so you know, I kind of screwed this recipe up, but we tell you when we do. So cup of red onion, I wanted to put in with the vinaigrette originally. It's not really gonna make a difference, but put it in now and then just mix it together. And I'm using red onion here, you know, which has a bite to it, which I like. Some people just soak onions in water to take that sting out of them, but like my grandmother would always put them in water and sugar, like sugar water. And you know, you could tell by looking at how much I put in there now, we could probably use a few more, so let's do it. Okay, so this has been about 5 minutes it's been absorbing it. I would let it go maybe up to 10, you know, because here's the thing, you don't want to put the tomatoes in right away. They're gonna all just turn to mush. You gotta let it sit enough where it's cooled down enough where the tomatoes can go in without breaking apart. And you can actually see how much less dressing I have now in the bottom of this bowl. It was like crazy amount. Now it's just absorbing everything. Okay, and I'll try to fit all these in here too. Okay, and I'm just gently mixing it. Some of these potatoes are breaking up, which is fine. Some of them are holding their shape very nicely. This is your favorite salad?
Yeah, for summer.
This is a lot of people's favorite. Very Italian-American. Everybody makes it a little different. You know, some families will put some cheese in it, cheese in the vinaigrette, pecorino, whatnot. Some people will jazz it up more. They'll put like fresh mozzarella balls. You know, you could go crazy here, but this is a very basic one. Maybe this is more complicated than how your family did it. You even put a can of like oil-packed tuna with this, which is really nice combination. Okay, let's just taste it. Let's season up with extra salt and pepper if we need it. I suspect we're not gonna need much at all. Let's try a green bean. So good. Try a potato. Really good. When I add the tomatoes right at the end, I'll just add a touch more salt and then that nice basil, and then we're gonna serve it to the taste tester right now. All right, got the taste tester down. James, you've seen this, you've had this before, right? Mm-hmm. What's your feeling on this salad?
I'm not sure, I guess I'll have to try it.
So what I'm doing is, like, you can see how much of the vinaigrette is down here. So I wanna give him like the best taste of it.
Oh, it's good. I'm gonna give this is a 9 out of 10 because it's really good. The only thing is that like I like a little more salt in it.
I thought you were gonna say that.
It has enough salt for some people, but I actually would like some more in it. But 9 out of 10 is great.
You gave it a 9 out of 10, so what do you like about it?
I like the oil, like the vinaigrette.
The vinaigrette? Is it too vinegary for you or not?
No, it's not. Okay. It's actually good.
Green beans cooked well? Or you like them a little bit crunchier?
That's another thing.
Or a little softer?
The green beans actually are cooked well because they're not too soft or too crunchy.
James, what would you like to eat this with?
Like a steak, I would say.
Or burger?
Yeah, I would say like something like beefy. Maybe some ribs.
Ribs? Yeah, we haven't done ribs in a long time. You recommend people make it?
Yes,
okay.
I do.
All right. He gave a 9. You guys know how he rates.
You should make it with like what I said, like something on the grill, like ribs. I feel like this would be very good with ribs.
Yeah, potato salad in general is really good with ribs. And I feel like this is a potato salad, you almost think it's a healthy potato salad.
I know, and that's what I thought when coming in and seeing this. I thought it would be like cold too. Surprisingly, it's pretty warm and I like that.
Yep, it's from the warm, I like the potatoes to be hot so they absorb that vinaigrette flavor.
Yeah.
Don't go too far, you gotta taste German potato salad in less than an hour. It's the potato salad type of day today.
Yeah, potato salad's good.